Hiya. So, yeah, that got shut off because my battery ran out, and I knew that was going to happen, but I thought thereafter it might be a little bit easier for me. Anything but that. And in a way, that's not a surprise. There's nothing different. It's just another day in the weird and wacky world of, I was going to say Andreas Dimitriou, but that's not my name anymore. Gabriel. So I've changed my name, but I've brought the madness with me. And in honesty, I just want to talk about anything just to focus my mind on anything else. Then I can come back to the problems in a minute. And I was going to touch on my name change, because it's a strange thing for somebody to undertake in this world. There's no real need in most situations. We get given a name at birth, and we set course, most of us in this world, and there just never really arises a reason to even consider changing your name. Well, for me, I had a friend, and we were working together in a cafe at the time. It was a raw food cafe, pioneering, a bit too pioneering. But it was a really enjoyable time there. And my friend, whilst I was there, went through the process of changing his name. I think he had family issues. For him, it was important to let go of his family ties, and changing his name was part of that process. In irony, it's for me too. I never thought I'd be in a position where I say it's to get rid of my family. And it's not to get rid of them, but I've got family issues. And as soon as you get irreversible, you sort of, well, I was going to say you sort of lose your identity, but that's not what it is at all. Realise that what is the purpose of a name? When you're going to meet many strangers in this world going forward, but none of them really know you on that level when you were a child, when you were innocent. And if you appreciate your family too, what you had growing up, it's how can I put it? It's like a total removal of your ego. Your ego is just who you believe you are to the world. And if who you believe you are to the world is in the pure innocent way, so in other words, if we try and keep our ego in check and keep our ego simple, keep our ego humble, so we can have an ego, because if it goes too much beyond that in my head, there's no point. We're insane. We have to really have a healthy relationship with our ego. And the best way to do that is just to see yourself as a child, see yourself as your family, your friends when you were growing up. Some of us are lucky to carry those friendships into life, and others of us get given mental health disorders that send us off track. And I won't go around the decision and all of that, but in essence, my mental health, along with a spiritual awakening, so to speak, a spiritual realization, has pretty categorically defined there's no chance of going back. My family will never be my family again. And in that place, it's like, well, all right, fair enough, but there's no real need to change your name, is there? And in honesty, there is. I've got to a place where my family, I've realised my family will never be my family again, not in the same way. It'll be new, it will be changed, but it'll be scarred if it ever, relationship with them, severely scarred. And where I am now with life, life is a constant challenge. I'm having to find new ways of being to meet the challenges of my mental health and insanity. In other words, I'm having to let things go that destroy me on a soul level to let go of. So in other words, it's like I'm a prisoner. Life is showing me that reality doesn't make sense. And in those places, what we see as the American dream, the possibility of a spiritual life, the possibility of a relationship, children, and everything that goes with it, sort of begins to get removed when you realise that, hang on a second, shit's real in the first instance. I'm a prisoner, if not just to my mental health, but it's more than that. And in addition, reality is breaking. War. My life is at war. When you're at war, you have to think practically. You can't dwell on feeling to that image that we just said that the world says is there to be taken, there to be lived. One level, but it's not even a dying. It's in the first instance, pardon me, it's a need for practicality, a need for focus, like never before. My reality is breaking. Tells, but I don't mince my words lightly. My reality is breaking, has broken. Practicality like never before. And the strangest thing has happened to me this year. Because in that place of needing practicality, needing focus, needing calm and resolve I found myself in a place where the energy of my life is totally different. It's not pleasant. It's not something. In the weirdest way, I'm half healing my past traumas of all the problems I had due to what I'm being asked to live by now. My past doesn't seem too bad. But I can't deny the need to be this way. However unpleasant it is, I need to be this way because I need to deal with my problems. If I don't deal with them, my life will get worse. And I don't know if I was just playing around with the idea one day of a name change, but I realised that if I was to call myself by a different, it would be letting go of that past that I'm never really going to go back to. I'm never going to go back to it. And it'd be letting it go. And it'll put me up front, in the moment, present. Myself. I'm just going to get the nori so I can continue making my dinner. It won't be a second. So where I realised the same way, my family have really hurt me, if I'm honest. And there's a need for focus, and calling myself something different will allow for that. Allow me to remember the seriousness of the situation at all times. I decided to call myself Gabriel. Why? There wasn't much thought. I think it was the first name that popped into my head, and I was like, yeah, fine. The energy suits. The energy it's clean, and I'll call myself Gabriel. It's just a reminder to the present moment. And it's a reminder to myself that I'm never going to go back. So there's a lot. So that's the reason I've decided to change my name. To my problems, back to the realness. Superficial name. As long as I know what you're trying to call me, that's all that really matters. I'm in no rush to make the change with my family, let them know and all of that. Just can happen in the right time. But for me, it's important. I don't know what to say. I want to put together an action plan to get beyond my problems and say to myself, look, this is happening today, it's going to happen tomorrow or the day after, and next time I'll be in a better place to deal with it. Well, it's that sickness in my stomach that's really killing me at the moment, because that's what it feels like. All my problems really leave me in a place feeling sick to life in the present moment. But I know shit is real at the moment, like never before in my... We have this thing called the coronavirus happening at the moment. And the coronavirus is just a pandemic, and if it's a problem. But when you begin to see that, with that, we're having vaccine mandates coming to fruition. My reality breaking at the same time of that, when you realize on a spiritual level and that's to begin making live streams on spiritual subject matter again. But when you realize that on a spiritual level my reality is breaking, level, this is 2012. 2020, 2021 is what the Mayans said, but seeing and living my life, I know that 2020, 2021, 2021, 2022, 2023, and a few years next decade. So on many levels, now's not the time. Irony. The end of time, now's not the time. That's what 2012 was meant to be, wasn't it? The end of time. And shit's real. I've realised that, and that's the reason I'm getting up this time. When my life is saying to me, die on some level. It's like my body, the way my body's talking to me, it's like, oh, I've had enough. So I'm saying, right, well, that's another seriousness to add to it. And now's the time. You know, I've been living realizing the seriousness of the world for many years. And I've been like, yeah, things like you have as a human being. We've got a problem, let's fight, let's overcome this. And that's been my spirit. And where is it best to apply myself? Where is it best to start taking action? I've been trying to do it for many years, and I always seem to hit a brick wall. Time in the sense that if the world is suffering, you don't say to yourself, oh, we'll wait for 4 years until X, Y happening. You get on with it and work it out in the present moment, because stuff's serious. Well, I was trying that for many years. Now it's saying shit's even more serious. For that reason, I said, right, well, it's in my body, it's in my soul to overcome challenges like this. Let's get up, let's get on, and let's be of service. I would just say I'm making the world's most weirdest sushi at the moment. I have no idea how this is going to taste, but I'll eat it, I'm sure. Sardines going in it right now. So, that's my focus, and I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how long I'm going to have to fight through this. I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I'm going to get knocked down in a... Well, I'm going to keep getting knocked down, that's for sure, but I'm not sure if I'll give up in a few weeks or something. It's possible. But really, it's... I'm alone, yeah? And I've decided, right, I'm going to be of service. I'm going to help. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do my bit. And that's fine, but in honesty, the coldness of my reality is just a bit too overwhelming. So that's what I'm really trying to contemplate at the moment. How do my reality and rise above everything and still be of service when my challenges are a bit too much in the first place. It's almost like I want to add warmth to my situation. It's like that's what I would have done in the past, just YouTube or something to get me through the day. I'm not quite sure that's going to work at the moment. So the other thing is to be proactive in terms of how I'm going to help and how I'm going to be of service. Because if I can stay focused to that, that should be it. It should be the thing that gets me up and moving. I think what I'm realizing is I used to operate on feeling good on some level. The opposite. So but I really want to see my problem that I'm experiencing here as clearly as possible. That's the purpose of the live stream. So if I can do that, even if I don't find a solution today, I may find one tomorrow or the day after or the day after. I just keep looking at the situation in as much clarity as I can. And I'll find a way, or I'll find out that what I'm trying at the moment is mad and to forget it. Going into the next one. So my sushi's definitely mad. It was just like all the ingredients. I feel sick with my situation at the moment. I'm really sensitive in what I can eat. As I said, it's a real sickness. And for whatever reason, sushi was pardon myself, was the only thing that I could bring my mind to a place where I was like, yeah, no, I can eat that. So I'm making weird sushi. I'm sure it'd be nice, it looks nice. So to wrap it up, because and those questions are, I'm being asked to forget human in terms of having a life. And in that place there's no warmth. No real warmth, ever. Not until the work's done. So in a place of no warmth, in a place of real aloneness, in a place of life challenges, I've got mental health, physical health problems, and NHS problems, and people problems, and reality problems. There's no chance, well, I'm being told the way forward is living my life without warmth. And it's the biggest, hardest thing at the moment. I think I must have been spoiled. And I have been. I've grown up here in the West. So in a lot of aspects I have been spoiled. So I guess what guidance could you give someone in my position that's trying their best? Is in a real unpleasant place. But the only way to get through it is to get to work. And all I'm looking for really is a bit of lubrication to the physical health problems, a bit of lubrication to the reality breaking problems, so I can get up and start working. I can't do it for myself anymore. My problems are too much, and I gave up. It's at the moment. What guidance would you give someone in this place that just is seeking the smallest amount of ease to be able to get up and move? I've got to be doing exercise, but I'm starting slow, and I'm going to build. But until that really kicks in, and that's helpful to remember, because I said this to myself, it's a long process. There's going to be many months of stagnation, seeming stagnation, but as long as I'm moving, I have no choice but to get there. And I please ask whoever keeps wiping my memory, stop it. It's unnecessary suffering.